The time is 6 p.m. this September 15, 2025. Regular meeting of the New Caney Independent School District Board of Trustees is hereby called to order. Let the minutes show that all board members, with the exception of Ms. Harrell and Ms. Brickroll, are present, and that this meeting has been held in accordance with the Texas Opens Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. All items that will be discussed or voted on this evening have been posted as required by state law. I want to extend a warm welcome to everyone here tonight, and we are pleased that you've taken this time to join us this evening. On behalf of the New Caney ISD Board, we are pleased that you've joined us, and we celebrate achievements, set goals, listen to reports, approve budgets, contracts, and personal appointments, and make policy for the district. We are not here to make management decisions or to solve the problems of individuals. Management is the responsibility of the superintendent. This meeting in the public, not a meeting of the public. As our guest, we welcome you to observe and listen. Ask that you silence your cell phones at this time, and please rise for the invocation be given by myself, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance in honor of the Texas flag to be led by Mr. Alters. Heavenly Father, we come before you this evening with grateful hearts, thankful for the opportunity to serve our community and the students entrusted to our care. We ask that your wisdom and guidance as we gather to make decisions that will impact the lives and futures of many. Grant us clarity of mind, unity of purpose, and compassion in our deliberations. Help us to listen with respect, speak with integrity, and act with humility. May our choices reflect not only what is best for today, but also what will bring lasting benefit for tomorrow. We lift up our students, teachers, staff, and families, asking that you bless them with strength, encouragement, and success in all they do. Protect and guide our district as we work together to build a foundation of learning, character, and service. We thank you for the privilege of leadership and the trust placed in us. May everything we do here tonight bring honor to you and bless those we serve. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible. All right. Item number 2 on the agenda is open forum. The board will now hear comments from those persons who have signed up to speak. I believe we have one person that has signed up to speak is Mr. Christopher Flores. Hey, there you go. All right. Just got one open forum statement I got to read for you real quick. The board encourages comments from citizens of the district or employees, anyone wishing to speak, either as an individual or as a representative of a group, may do so at this time. The board asks that comments pertain to public education issues and be no longer than 5 minutes. Remember, the board may not discuss any issues that are not posted on our agenda. If an issue mentioned is listed on tonight's agenda, the board will defer discussion until the appropriate time during this meeting. In addition, the board has adopted complaint policies that are designed to secure at the lowest administrative level a prompt and equitable resolution of complaints and concerns. These policies are available on our district website at newcaneyisd.org, and the secretary, Ms. Sharp, will keep the time. Mr. Flores, you have 5 minutes to speak. Your time starts now. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much, board. Thank you. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak tonight. I'm here just to say thank you guys to the New Caney ISD community for allowing Scouting America to bring the scouting program within the New Caney ISD schools. Thank you guys so much. We have 2 packs, 2 troops, one which is an all-girls troop, which is doing absolutely amazing. We started a brand new pack last year out of Tavola Elementary, which is really thriving. So we just want to say thank you guys so much for everything. With all the growth within the community, we are looking to expand My goal is to start one new pack this year as well, so that way we can definitely service the kids in New Caney ISD. So simply from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much for everything that you do, and look forward to serving you guys along with New Caney ISD. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
You're
Flores.
welcome.
All right. Item number 3 on the agenda is the superintendent report presented by Mr. Calvert.
Yes, sir. Tonight, we're going to start our campus recognitions as we usually do. And first up tonight and this year will be Brookwood Forest Elementary and Miss Davis. Miss Davis, come on down. As long as those special guests you got with you, too.
All right, good evening, members of the board and superintendent. Thank you so much for giving us an opportunity to recognize our staff on behalf of Ms. Nollenberg and myself. We're excited to have this opportunity tonight. So first, we're going to start recognizing Ms. Melanie Johnson. She is our instructional coach. Melanie has been an integral part of our success, always thinking outside of the box and bringing innovative ideas to the table. She is my #1 collaborator, constantly encourages us to work smarter and make decisions that benefit not only Brookwood, but New Caney ISD. She fully supports new ideas as long as we always remain student-centered. She never hesitates to challenge decisions if it's always what's best for kids. I have to say she can read my mind. She knows what I needed before I even say it. With over 25 years of services at New Caney ISD, Melanie's goal this year is to help us make Brookwood Forest an A campus, and I know with her leadership and support, we're moving to that direction. I feel truly blessed to have her guiding of instruction and empowering our teachers each day. Thank you, Melanie. Next, we have Ms. Marisela Garza. Ms. Marisela Garza is one of our child nutrition staff members. Marisela has been in New Caney ISD for over 20 years, and her dedication goes far beyond service meals. She shows up every day and makes sure every student who comes through the line on breakfast and lunch has his meal and a big smile. She truly takes care of her kids, and we are so grateful for her commitment and service to not just Brookwood Forest, but to New Caney ISD. Thank you so much, Ms. Marisela. La próxima la voy a hacer en español porque es la señora Juana. Véngase, Juana. La señora Juana es una de las integrantes de nuestro equipo de custodias. En nombre mío y de toda la comunidad de Brookwood Forest, quiero agradecerle sinceramente por su esfuerzo diario y constante colaboración. Su responsabilidad y confianza hace que siempre podamos contar con usted. Más allá de un gran trabajo, su sonrisa y espíritu positivo siempre iluminan nuestros días. Estamos verdaderamente agradecidos por todo lo que hace por mantener nuestra escuela en excelentes condiciones para que Brookwood sea un lugar que estudiantes y el personal se sientan muy orgullosos. So in English, she is amazing, and we are so proud of her. Okay. Next, I have Melissa Sanchez. Melissa Sanchez is our incredible school secretary. Melissa truly runs the show at Brookwood Forest. She protects our front office at all costs, ensures the students or staff are not interrupted during the day, makes sure there is coverage when there isn't a stop. She remembers water when there is a hot day during car riders, umbrellas when there is a rainy days, and she's always fostering a school spirit. As you can see, she's wearing the school colors today. Beyond that, she does a beautiful job making sure people feel loved and taken care of, not just at Brookwood Forest, but across our district. She has built positive relationship with all departments, ensuring that we truly operate as one team, one district. It has been so much growth since I started working with Melissa. When we first met, she was our emerging bilingual paraprofessional. She is an outstanding asset to our school and district, and I am personally so grateful for everything that she does at our school. Thank you, Melissa. Repeat you. Véngase. Last but not least, I have Mr. Steve Fernandez, our student. ¿Inglés o español? ¿Inglés o español? Español. Okay. So he chose Spanish. So, quiero reconocer este día a Steve Fernández. Steve es un estudiante de quinto grado quien ha estado en nuestra escuela desde que está en kindergarten. Él es muy gracioso y tiene un buen sentido del humor y siempre brinda una sonrisa a todas las personas que están alrededor de él. En la mañana lo pueden ver con la hermanita en la parte de atrás de la silla cuando entra a nuestra escuela. Steve es un estudiante que se enfrenta a los cambios sin problema. Él continúa demostrando excelencia. El año pasado en su examen de STAR tuvo muchísimo crecimiento. Ahora como un estudiante de quinto grado lo vemos muy contento y feliz de venir todos los días a la escuela. Sus maestros y amigos dicen que Steve es como familia. Estamos muy orgullosos de tenerlo en Brookwood Forest. Thank you, Steve. I'm going to read it in English for everybody, okay? All right. Finally, I want to recognize one of our amazing students, Steve Fernandez. Steve is a fifth grader who has been with us in kindergarten. He's funny and has a wonderful sense of humor and brings joy to everyone around him. You can often see him in the morning giving his little sister a ride on the back of his chair. Steve is a strong, resilient student who never lets the challenge hold him back. He continues to strive for excellence and inspire others around him. Last year, he showed tremendous growth on his STAR test, and now as a fifth grader, we see him happy and excited to come to school every day. His teachers and peers love him like family, and we are so proud that he's one of our Brookwood Forest Bears.
And now I'd like to recognize Miss Nolenberg and her team from Oakley Elementary.
Well, we thank you so much, Board and Mr. Calvert, for this great opportunity to recognize some of our wonderful staff and a wonderful student from Oakley. So first, we're going to start off with one of our wonderful fifth grade students, Syra Bhakta, as one of our amazing Oakley Rockets. Syra constantly exemplifies school values through her outstanding hard work, determination, and motivation. Syra is a wonderful student who is a joy to have in class. She has a kind spirit and is always willing to help a friend or classmate in need. Syra's quiet demeanor is matched by her immense emotional intelligence and maturity. She treats everyone, adults and students alike, with the utmost respect, and her dedication to her studies is truly admirable. Syra has a strong inner drive to achieve and work hard, not for recognition, but because she possesses the grit to achieve her goals. With her passion for learning and her remarkable values, we have no doubt that Syra will be an incredible lawyer. She aspires to become one day. We are so proud and blessed to have Syra as part of our Oakley family. So we have our wonderful child nutrition worker, Miss Lucia Jorez. She has been with our district for 19 years, and she has poured her heart into serving children through child nutrition. She is dependable and hardworking, and she really brings joy and warmth and a smile that always lights up our campus each morning and at lunch. What makes her truly special, though, is the way she sees each child as her family. She takes the time to connect, encourage, and take care of them as if they were her own. Miss Lucy's kindness, positivity, and commitment has touched every corner of Oakley. She gets the tone of the day set, she models excellence in her work, and she reminds all of us of the power of genuine compassion. Miss Lucy, thank you for the way you serve our students and our staff. You are such a gift to Oakley. All right, next I just have the great honor of recognizing Miss Lezo. She truly embodies dedication and commitment to our students and campus. In her role, she is way more than a paraprofessional, and I'm so proud to say she's working at becoming a teacher, and one day we will be so proud to have her at Oakley. Ms. Lezo lives out the spirit of service and excellence in everything she does. Her heart for students and staff shows daily, whether she's supporting in the classroom, lending a hand at events, or quietly stepping in whenever there is a need. What makes Ms. Lezo so special is she also brings positivity. Her radiant smile and encouraging presence lifts the spirits of students and staff alike, creating an environment where everyone feels welcome and supported. Ms. Lezo is also working towards becoming a teacher, like I said, and I know that she is an inspiration to all of us. She truly is the cornerstone of Oakley, and we are so grateful for her servant heart, her tireless commitment, and the joy she brings to our school community. Thank you, Ms. Lezo, for being such an incredible example of excellence. We are truly blessed to have you on our team. And last but not least is Ms. Holford. And I'm really honored to recognize her, and she is a true leader on our campus, and she's also a champion for students. In her classroom, she sets the bar very high, and she inspires her kindergarten students to believe in themselves and reach their full potential. She invests deeply in building strong relationships with families and children. Because of that, her students know that she truly believes in them, and they will rise to meet the challenge. Outside of the classroom, Ms. Holford leads with the same heart and excellence. She is always there to support her team, share ideas, and she quietly lifts up others behind the scenes. She builds strong partnerships with parents, and she often helps me as a leader reflect on the needs of both our students and our staff. I truly value her opinion and her insight. She faithfully serves on our campus advisory team, our NCISD Tier 1 team, and she serves as a magnificent team leader where her passion and insight guide her work forward. Her commitment to Oakley is unwavering. She pours her heart into everything she does, and her passion for teaching and learning shines daily. We are so thankful for the many ways she enriches our school community. Ms. Holford is not only a teacher leader, she is a difference maker, and we are truly blessed to have her on our team.
All right, well, they're getting their pictures made. I'm going to ask Mr. Danny Mealer to come on down. At our last board meeting, Mr. Alters asked for a beginning of the year transportation update. And so Mr. Mealer is our assistant director down there at our transportation department. So he's going to share some facts and figures with you guys and just an overall update on where our transportation department's at. So Mr. Mealer, it is all yours, sir.
I want to thank you so much for letting us come and talk. I look at it, giving an update as being able to brag on my people. I've got an amazing staff that works at transportation, and I couldn't do what I do, and Barbara couldn't do what she does without them. See if I turn this on, that probably would help. There we go. Okay, this is just some pictures of my staff. As I said, they're amazing. Every one of them goes above and beyond and does more than what I ask them to do and does a lot of stuff that they're not even asked to do before they're asked to do it. They truly are amazing and represent New Caney very well. Next, you've got my shop personnel. They're outstanding. They pull things out of nowhere to make buses work. They come in on Saturdays to fix buses that are broke down on trips. And a lot of times they say, hey, I come in on Saturday for 45 minutes, but you don't have to pay me. I'm like, I do, but I appreciate your heart, but I have to. And the next beside that are my dispatchers. The two on the outside usually have to drive a lot. The one in the middle, if you call transportation, she's the one you're probably going to talk to. Her name's Jamie. If you talk about her name, everybody knows who she is throughout the district because she's there morning and afternoon manning the phones. And then there's everybody, all 169 of us. They're an amazing group of people. We've got outstanding bus drivers. But before I can talk about what happened this year, I kind of have to give you an idea about what happened last year so you'll understand the full weight of what transportation has done and what they've been through this year. Last year, we transported the most students that we have ever transported on a bus, not just for the school year, but for the entire time at transportation, and we transported 10,198 students on April 16th. Also last year, we had the most manual loads that we ever had, and that was on January 15th. What a manual load is whenever a student comes out to the bus and they don't have their smart tag. But let me pause with that real quick, because looking out, I don't see that y'all have y'all smart tags either, so y'all can't ride the bus. We want to make sure that everybody has their smart2tags. And so a student has to come out when they don't have their smart tag, and they'll tell the bus driver two of four things: their first and last name, their ID number, and or their grade. And the bus driver has to look through their computer and manually find that student's information to be able to load them on the bus. And that kind of causes a little concern for me, because the drivers have to do that with all the noise going on the bus, plus the pressure of people loading, and they still manage to do that every day, and this day with almost 4,000 students. We also last year drove a total of 52,666,882 miles across the 86.5 square feet of New Caney ISD. And that does not count field trips and shuttles. No, that's just for route time. that is from campus to campus, like cosmetology that would go from Porter High School to New Caney High School. That's just strictly route time. Because last year, we didn't have the capability to manage the miles like we do this year. And so this year, I can pinpoint if it's a shuttle, if it's a field trip, or what they go to. Also, for this school year, we've had a lot of new things happen, very exciting things going on. We've upgraded from Versatrans, which was the district's first routing software. Before we had Versatrans, a driver would come in over the summer, you'd hand them a list of student names, and they would know, oh yeah, I know this kid, I know this kid, I know this kid, and they would hand write out the routes. They'd put it in a plastic sleeve, it'd go in a binder, and that's what dispatch would use to direct buses, and that's what the drivers use to drive the routes. And so in 2012, we went from paper to computer with Versatrans, and now we've upgraded even further, and we've got smart routing. Smart routing has brought a new innovation to parents, teachers, and transportation. One of the big things for transportation is turn-by-turn directions. In the past, the bus drivers would have a piece of paper, and they would have to fold it in half, hold onto their steering wheel, and drive down the road and move their thumb as they would maneuver through to pick up kids. It made it really difficult for sub-drivers. But now with smart routing, they've got an audible voice coming out of their tablet, and that tablet tells them in 1,500 feet, turn right. You've got a stop coming up in 35 feet, be prepared to stop. And if they don't like the audible voice, they can look down, just like your regular GPS. There's a map that helps guide and direct them. And so not only does it make us more accurate, it makes us a lot more safer because the bus drivers can keep their eyes on the road and also on the students where they belong instead of at a sheet of paper trying to figure out where they're going. Oh, yeah. But some drivers still like the paper. They still got it, but they just don't look at it as much. The move to smart routing also allowed us to open up a new system for tags. What we did was we bought 22 smart printers and provided one at each campus level. And so with the campuses having a printer now at their campus, it freed up the students to be able to actually have their smart tag. Because in the past, a student that was new to the district or possibly didn't have their tag for the day would come in and talk to the secretary and say, hey, I need a tag. They would fill out a Google form. Transportation would see it, possibly in a couple of hours. They would make the tag. Then they would put it in an interoffice mail, wait for Dorothea, our mail lady, to come pick it up and take it back to that campus. So a student may not be able to have a tag for 2 or 3 days. The driver had to manually load them. They also didn't have it to use in the cafeteria for lunches or in the library because it kind of doubles as all 3 of those things. But now, with us placing a printer at each campus, the campus has all the power now. They can print a tag within 30 seconds. A new student walks in the door, as long as the registrar has put them in the system, our system will recognize it and be able to print a tag for them. So that means that the kid can ride the bus that afternoon, they can have it to ride for lunch, and it really pushes safety further because there's no wait. There's no chance for a student to kind of get lost for a couple of days in the system. And also this year, something we haven't done in many years, we printed each kid a new tag. And so no matter if they were new or returning, every student this year got a new tag that the district covered the cost for. That way everybody can start fresh. I'm sorry, say it one more time.
If they lose the tag, is there a cost associated with the new one?
Yes, it used to be $7, but now we've been able to drop it down to $2. We realized that we were buying a certain tag from out of the country, and was able to buy a tag from a different distributor. I've got on Amazon, and I found the ink to print the tags $40 cheaper than what Smart Tag is actually charging us, and so we're ordering it from Amazon rather than Smart Tag. We also found our plastic sleeves on Amazon, and they're like 30 cents cheaper a piece. And so we've cut the cost down to $2, trying to take the financial burden off of the parents. Transportation also purchased a Smart Print Plus program, and what that does is it allows each campus to design their own ID badge. And so what we've done is we've designed a badge. All of them kind of look the same. They've got the student's picture on it, the school's name, and the logo. But we've pushed safety a step further with these badges because we can design them ourselves. Each badge now has a photo ID on it. And so not only does middle school and high school students have a photo ID, but also elementary students. And so there's no risk of anybody not being able to identify a student. Sometimes even on the bus, the kids like to play pranks on the driver. They'll change ID badges or something. The driver can look at the badge and see who it belongs to. And so safety is at the most and at the top with the smart tag system. So we did all these changes, and some people, even in our department, some of the drivers are like, why are we doing all this? Why is all this stuff happening? Well, as I mentioned, in 24, 25, we were pushing 10K students almost every day. We also had 4,000 manual loads numerous days throughout the week. And so nearly half of our staff, with nearly half the students requiring our staff to rely on the limited vocal capabilities of a 5-year-old to tell them, this is my name, this is my ID number, this is my grade. Whenever I'm in Kroger, I get freaked out when they ask me for my phone number because it put me on the spot, let alone a kid with their peers and everything going on. And so it eliminates the human error out of all of that and eliminates the pressure off the kids. They can just walk on the bus now and scan their tag. The first day of school, we transported 8,943 students, and 2,959 of those students did not have their tag that day. And so whenever we looked at that, we're like, yeah, we're making the correct decision. We had always had a policy in place. We just chose not to enforce it, and we decided to go ahead and enforce it, and that was the no tag, no ride. Several of the districts had it around us, and they were already enforcing it, but we were reluctant in the beginning to do it. But since we did it, every student now has a tag to get on the bus. It removes all the human error out of the equation, and we allow students in the morning to ride the bus whether they have their tag or not. If they don't have their tag, if it becomes a habit, there will be write-ups and possible disciplinary consequences. But in the afternoon, if a student does not have the tag, they don't ride the bus. And so, like I mentioned, we dropped the price from $7 to $2. We wanted to make sure that safety did not cost our parents more money. And so we're doing a $2 a piece or a 3 tags for $5 just to help eliminate the cost of the tags for the parents. Okay, and so that was the why, but did it really change anything? We made all these changes, what did it do? And so I've looked at the numbers over the past 2 weeks, and we've actually broke a new record. On September 10th, we transported 10,314 students. But the difference with this day was we only had 327 manual loads versus the almost 4,000 manual loads, because on September 2nd, every student had to have their smart tag. And so it dropped it drastically. And so most of those loads were in the morning whenever we'll transport any student. And so now, because every student has their tag, loading time is so much faster. Instead of taking minutes to load each student, looking through a list on the smart tag, it takes seconds because the kids walk on the bus, scan their tag, walk to their seat and sit down. Bus driver can just take off and start driving their routes. It's increased it so much that middle school routes now went from 75 minutes to about 45 minutes. High school routes dropped from 60 to 40 minutes. If you go to New Caney High School or Porter High School, most of the buses are outside lined up ready before route time even starts. Elementary routes dropped from 80 minutes to 45 minutes. That was the biggest cut because drivers aren't having to figure out who the kids are, where they sit at. As they scan their badge, it populates who they are, what seat they sit in, and they can say, hey, Johnny, how you doing today? Remember you sit in C4. And it just keeps it flowing. And I've heard really great things from all the elementary campuses the most, because they're the ones that unfortunately would take the blunt of all of our buses being so late.
So at 10,314 students, that's over 50% of our district is on the bus?
Correct. And it fluctuates up and down. Like today I looked and it was 10,214. It just depends on what sports go on that day, and we only had 9,000 on Thursday and Friday because of the football games. But, you know, whenever everybody's not there, it gets pretty high. Student discipline numbers have actually dropped also. This time last year, we had 619. Now we barely have 400 as of this so far in the school year. Loads have stayed pretty steady. A regular school bus will carry about 78 students. Most of our secondary buses have between 42 to 47 students on them. The most that I've seen was 61, and so that requires only 9 seats of the 26 seats on the bus to have 3 students in a seat. We currently provide 145 staff shuttles. We operate 4 after-school buses that allows us to provide the different care and extra work a student might need, or if they need help from a teacher to stay after school, they now have a ride home. Since school has started, we've completed 200 field trips. And our amazing bus drivers have driven 243,964 miles. We currently have 336 active sped riders. That number has grown 5% since school has started. And I was talking to Jessica this morning, she's my sped coordinator. She said that we've actually grown 35% since 2019. And so our sped department is fixing to explode and just take off. And it's amazing. We've got 21 sped routes. We drive for Avondale, ABS, and Deaf Ed out of Humble. The average route for special needs has 15 students per tier. And so that means that the driver and aide will see possibly 45 kids a day. As I mentioned earlier, my shop is amazing. I ran some numbers today with them. They did 348 work orders, 39 PMs, which is preventative maintenance, where they've done the oil changes and checked fluids, different stuff on the buses. They've also replaced 26 air compressors. Every complaint we take serious. We told the drivers, you know, part of their pre-trip, part of their post-trip is walking back, checking the ACs, because right now we're getting hammered with heat. And when they're not working remotely properly, we down them so we can figure out why. We've also pumped 51,000 gallons of fuel, and that includes gas and diesel. And although it's only been 28 days, we've accomplished a lot. But with all the new stuff and the new initiatives and the policies that we have presented this year, it's actually been the smoothest year that I've had in a long time. It's been really great, and a lot of it, honestly, is because of the support and stuff that we have from y'all. And Transportation appreciates y'all. We appreciate the support and encouragement that we have, and whenever y'all see a need that we have, we appreciate y'all guys looking at it and doing your best to help us out. And so that's all that I have, unless y'all guys have any questions.
Appreciate you, sir.
A lot of miles.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you so much.
it's only been 28 days.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, item number 4 on the agenda is reports and proposals of the board members. Do we have any updates report? Good. All right. Item number 5 on the agenda is the consent calendar, consisting of consideration of minutes, finance reports, purchasing reports, instruction reports, and administrative services items. Are there any questions for further discussion for the items on the consent calendar? All right, do we have a motion on the consent calendar? It's a motion by Mr. Alters and a second by Mr. Trout. There being no further discussion, a vote will be taken, and all those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Yeah. And you can say aye if you want. This is a new legislative item. Any opposed? All right, the motion carries. All right. Item number 6 on the agenda is closed meeting. The board will now adjourn into closed session pursuant to the following sections of the Texas Opens Meetings Act, Texas Government Code 551.074 for the purpose of personnel matters, Government Code 551.071 for attorney consultation, and Government Code 551.072 for deliberation regarding the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. Any action as a result of the closed session discussion will take place after the board reconvenes, and the time is 6:40 p.m. The board ended its closed meeting at 7:26 p.m. and will now reconvene in open session. Item number 7 on the agenda is consideration of personnel report presented by Ms. Chris Gates.
So this is just our monthly list of new hires that need to be approved by the board, either recommendations for hire, resignations, that type of thing.
All right. Are there any further questions, other discussion? All right. Do we have a motion to approve the personnel report? Motion by Ms. Sharp, second by Mr. Trout. There being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Aye. Got it. Any opposed? The motion carried. All right. Item number 8 on the agenda is consider and take possible action to pursue sanctions for contract abandonment by a teacher at Kiefer Crossing Middle School, and number 2, a teacher at Kings Manor Elementary, presented by Ms. Gates.
Yes, so as discussed in closed session, we have 2 employees who have abandoned their contract, and we are asking you to consider approving that good cause does not exist for those employees to do so, so that we can make the report to SBEC and pursue possible sanctions for that contract abandonment.
All right, do we have a motion?
I move that we find good cause not exists for the employees discussed in closed session to abandon their contract, and that the Board of Trustees further authorizes the superintendent or his designee to submit a written complaint for sanction to the State Board for Educator Certification for contract abandonment by one teacher at Kiefer Crossing Middle School and a teacher at Kings Manor Elementary.
All right, I have a motion by Mr. Walters and a second by Mr. Trout. There being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. All right, any opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, item number 9 on the agenda is consider, discuss, and potentially approve the purchase of approximately 13 acres of real property for a future campus or district facilities, and delegate authority to the superintendent to negotiate, finalize, and execute all documents related thereto, presented by Mr. Calvert.
Yes, sir. This is the land near Crippen Elementary that we discussed in closed session, just asking for y'all's approval to enter into negotiations to finalize that deal.
All right. Are there any questions, further discussion? All right, we have a motion.
I move to approve the purchase of approximately 13 acres of real property along Cumberland Boulevard in Montgomery County, Texas, and to delegate authority to the superintendent or his designee to negotiate, finalize, and execute all documents related thereto, as more fully discussed in closed session.
Second.
All right, have a motion by Mr. Trout and a second by Mr. Alters. There being no further discussion, a vote be taken. Please, those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Any abstain or opposed? Motion carried. All right. Item number 10 on the agenda is consider, discuss, and potentially approve the purchase of approximately 100 acres of real property for future campus or other district facilities, and delegate authority to the superintendent to negotiate, finalize, and execute all documents related thereto, presented by Mr. Calvert.
Yes, sir. This is in reference to the property on the 1485 Gene Campbell side of town. As we discussed in closed session, just asking for approval to enter into negotiations for that property.
All right, are there any questions or further discussion? And do we have a motion?
I
to approve the purchase of approximately 100 acres of real property located south of Gene Campbell Road and west of FM 1485 in Montgomery County, Texas, and to authorize the superintendent or his designee to negotiate, finalize, and execute all documents in connection with the transaction in an amount not to exceed the figure discussed in closed session. Second.
All right, I have a motion by Ms. Sharp and a second by Ms. Tompkins. There will be no further discussion. The vote will be taken. All those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. All right, any opposed? And the motion carries. All right, item number 11 on the agenda is future discussion. Is there any items that we want to see in future discussion topic, future board meetings? All right. There being no further business, this meeting is adjourned. The time is 7:31 p.m.